Welcome back then to the ESL ESEA Pro League. We are kicking off with our third game of the day. We're going to be seeing mousesports going up against NaVi. We've already seen NaVi look a little shaky over on Cash. Did pick up the win eventually over against the new look Danish SK roster. And we are going to be going straight on then into the action with Mouse picking up their choice of side. We're on Inferno. I'm joined by Elite D-Man Smith. Feeling like this might be a good one.
Yeah, not sure how it was going to go, actually.
We're kind of apprehensive, aren't we?
This is mousesports with Nico now in there.
Which I'm excited for.
Nico does some cracking stuff. The question is, how is he going to work out for them? Mousesports, actually, by the way, okay, this is what I'm interested in, because they've won the knife round. Old mousesports used to pick T side.
They did.
It doesn't look like it's going to happen this time. Looks like they are going to stick CT, so God B's like, none of this silly business anymore. We're not going to do that. They are going to start on CT side. But NaVi have not had the greatest results on Inferno. I'm thinking back to the 16-2 against Fnatic. A whitewash, honestly, by them. That was in the major, of course. Not had the best results on here, but they're not a bad team after all. We're into the pistol. Let's see how it goes.
Nico's going to catch a good glimpse of them. Whether or not they're going to be pushing off the back of that is a different question as the smoke does get thrown out. Wow. Going to be intriguing to me.
He's have 3 shots on the chicken and miss it.
No, he's warning the chicken.
He's warning the chicken.
He's just letting him know what could happen if he misbehaves. It looks like NaVi, after initially casting their eyes towards B, have made a decision. Guardian's going to be the one trying to catch the rotate from Banana. In the meantime, ChrisJ and Nex are about to meet Zeus. Flash comes in, it's perfect, but no one is interested in that peak. And Nex is going to continue to wait this one out. Zeus surely knows exactly where he is, and NaVi, they're biding their time, and they have buckets of it still. 50 seconds, and finally, first blood is drawn.
Nico managed to find, that was the distraction man, Guardian. Next is going to peek out, but it quickly gets his head taken clean off. Ooh, they rode up for ChrisJ there. He does manage to get one as he backs up. God B, meanwhile, down in pit, finds himself another. Edward, though, leaping in, is going to try and challenge him, and will manage to catch him out. Now, Season Edward with control of sight, the smoke down, keeping ChrisJ away, and Moto will mean that Seized will get the plant down. That's going to be on towards the balcony. Ooh. And he's going to hop himself up there. Only just about got out of sight before the rest of the mouse comes around. It's a 3-on-2 retake. Yeah,
so they have come over from B, and they have the numbers, but I mean, time is going to become a real factor here, especially with flashes still being thrown out. That's the last of them gone now, and it comes down to this opening frag. Edward is desperate for it, but in the meantime, Seized has done the work for him. Now all on to Seized. It's Nico v Seized.
He's not got time, surely.
For his third. This is pretty much all she wrote. Seized just has to play the waiting game. Nico knows it, and we are going to be seeing NaVi pick up the first one. Nico makes it a little extra costly as he takes the armor away from Seized, but that's going to be the first on the board for the T side. Very nice from NaVi. The fact that they managed to kind of get a good read on those B players, realize that the 2 hadn't rotated, and get that bomb down relatively comfortable, as they are going to pick that one up, and we're going to be seeing mousesports go for the full armor buy second round.
So, a lot of AKs coming out. Well, something NaVi have always done. They have got a couple of SMGs, though. Flamey going for the SMG in there. Guardian, of course, in the UMP as well. So, Nico looks like he's going to be on his own. Dennis a little slow to move there. He's going to finally make his way over towards B site. So, it's just going to be a 3-2 split. But NaVi, of course, with the advantage. ChrisJ getting a good little peek down mid here. Noticing it's clear, but doesn't really give me any information.
The information is going to be gathered by Nex, though, as he does bite the dust, courtesy of Edward and his AK. ChrisJ backing away, trying to fill the shoes of his fallen comrade, but I think NaVi have realized that that bomb probably want to get scooped up sometime soon, because they have left that at pretty much T spawn. You can see the bottom of T ramp. They're just relying on frags at this point, and if Mouse don't give it to them, things may have to change course.
Nico's been a little aggressive fight on Seized down in Banana. Meanwhile, we look at obviously God being ChrisJ, but it is going to be B that's going to get pressured, and Nico's going to be the man. He's got a smoke. He should be able to slow things down, but they might just push on through it. Oh, that dispersed just at the right second. Interesting. He's actually not in porch. He's just off the side. Did he catch a glimpse of Zeus's head there as he pounced up? I think he did.
You can hear him, surely.
I think he knows that somebody's there. He's going to try and flash himself out of there. Yeah, he realised that somebody is there, but he's going to get the rotation. That's enough information, but now A side's been left open, and they're all going back around there. God B's all alone.
Yeah, this is the rotation game. 20 seconds left, and it's going to be on to what God B can do. Flamey and Guardians SMGs are going to be ensuring their survival. But in the meantime, ChrisJ with a beautiful Juan.
Got to get the bomb down still.
Yeah, for sure. 13 seconds, but no worries. No problem. Seized picked one up. And every single member of NaVi got a frag there. Beautiful little distribution. Everyone gets to play a part in that second round for NaVi. They pick it up nonetheless, though, and I mean, Nico, he was ready and waiting for that 4-man NaVi push onto B, but that was just NaVi really just doing the math, picking it up. And mousesports, no matter how they stacked that out, no matter where they positioned themselves, I think NaVi's play there would have read into that nicely.
Yeah, Mouse, because they invested into decent pistols there, it does actually mean they're going to go full eco this time around. So NaVi, you would expect to take it 3-0 here. Well, Mouse set themselves up. No stacking coming out. Dennis is going to be the man that will get found out. Zeke takes a little peek down Banana a little too aggressively. Seized and Zeus checking that one out while the rest of NaVi creep their way through apartments.
So, I mean, it's going to be a case of how many weapons can they steal, how many bodies can they drop before this round does go the way of NaVi. And I mean, there's still a lot of hesitance in NaVi's play. They're doing the same thing. They get so deep into a look at these positions from these 3 terrorists, and yet the bomb is still miles away. This is going to be the sign of good things to come, though. Guardian finds 2 with his SMG. Edward does the same with his MAC-10, and that's plenty of money in NaVi's pockets going into the first full mousesports buy.
Yeah, that's exactly what they needed. I expect to see those 2 SMGs will switch out. AKs popping into view. Mousesports the same. They're going to get the M4s out there and armor, but not a great deal else. You can see lacking in the smokes. I think Chris J is going to pick up smokes and flashes here. You assume he's got 1 case out there.
He is. Guardian has a lot of money. He's sitting on about 8k.
Risky,
and he hasn't gone for the AWP.
The thing is, they haven't gone for head armor because they're just assuming everybody's got an AK. So it actually kind of works out. Kind of. It's risky though.
We saw how influential Guardian's AWP was on Cash. You know, let's see, I mean, where this goes. I mean,
Inferno is probably the one map where the AWPs can
unless you're Alu.
Not be used if there's that much smoke out there. Yeah, unless you're Alu. I don't know. Again, look at how many smokes are on the map. This is Inferno. This happens, and it will happen for almost the first full minute unless they flash their way through it. So it's something that I guess you can get away with without taking the AWP. And he's going to be the one that creepy crawls his way up mid.
Maybe those 2 frags kind of inspired a whole lot of UMP confidence. As next is going to be the first to receive the T side towards that quad area. But no, they're backing away. Same again. This is really interesting from NaVi. Leave the bomb in the same spot every time. Get as much. Like,
rotate again,
but they managed to get all these bodies into A, all these flashes, all of this knowledge, and then they pull it all back and go towards B. Now Nico, every single time he has managed to stand and survive for the rotate.
Still the 4-man stack on A side from Mouse. They have yet to move. Chris J and Dennis have still sticking it around there. So Nico keeping them at bay. This is going to be a very tricky retake for mousesports. There's no way Nico's going to be able to hold this any longer than he is already. He's just about done everything, and they're not even going to get around the corner. They're totally smoked off. 5 members of NaVi. This is a nigh-on unwinnable situation for mousesports. NaVi should have this lockdown.
Yeah, Mouse need to make the smart call here and just keep those 4 rifles, keep the Kevlar, keep everything. And that's going to be exactly what they do. So making the best out of a bad situation then, as that bulletproof chicken is going to continue to hang around Inferno. I think Dennis is leaving him alive now out of respect for his bullet time dodging skills.
It's one of those moments when you run past and you miss it twice, and you just think, no, I'm not wasting another bullet. I'm just like, just fine.
No, the chicken just went full Neo. But you're right. They're just going to be keeping these ones safe. And Guardian got away with his SMG investment. Didn't find the frag, though, and is going to be able to make an AK out of that one.
So Guardian managed to retrieve an M4. Actually, Flaming got the M4, and they swapped the AK to Guardian. So keeping hold of all the weapons and getting rid of that UMP. It's worked out perfectly for NaVi. Just about everything they need. Guardian's sitting on 11k. And still not going to go for that AWP. No, he's going to have an M4 traded to him instead. So he's going to sit on that instead.
Yeah, so this is where things get interesting, because we're into the 5th round, but mousesports have those full rifles, and you add some extra utility on top of that. So this is actually very much a winnable 4th round, and then or rather 5th, excuse me, for mousesports. As
deep smokes coming out.
I think we're seeing something a bit different from the CT side. Nico going aggressive with actual help this time on B. Dennis is there to help him out, and in the meantime, Chris J has found an opener on through middle. Guardian now down and out, and he's going to be forced to watch as now the rest of his team are starting to challenge, and Mouse are finally going aggressive, not giving NaVi that early control that they've been hunting for.
Nico gone deep down on towards Banana as well. He's all the way tucked down in towards the smoke. Now it's giving Dennis time to rotate round. So they're going to have a 4-man stack on A site, which is where NaVi are flashing their way through into right now. Nex has got himself on site. Godby in the pit, so they have a good setup. Chris J now roping around Dennis on Arch, so perfect setup from mousesports, perfect stack, and I think they realise it. Zeus still with the bomb, sitting all the way down the bottom of mid. I think that as soon as that smoke clears down the bottom of Banana, they're going to challenge, and Nico's going to be ready and waiting. Those little shots through, give his position away. Doesn't give any tracer fire, remember, it is the M4, but I'm pretty sure Zeus would have heard it.
Now, I mean, you really can never trust NaVi. 30 seconds left and the bomb is...
It's got to be an A hit now. They're too far away, surely, from B side.
Towards A. You can never trust them. I'm telling you now. But yeah.
Sneaky.
Let's see. Nex and Godby are going to be the ones. Actually, it's a nice angle held from Nex. And they are really cutting it down to the wire. They want them to get anxious. They
15 seconds.
They want them to be... Why the wait? Finally, here they come, and it's going to come down to the opening frags. They get them. Seized and Flamey gets a second. Oh, and NaVi does what NaVi does best. How can you not be second-guessing yourself with 15 seconds left? You're sitting there holding this angle like they'd need to have pushed now? I don't know. I don't understand.
But that was, they were down to 2 seconds on the clock there, and they got every entry frag. All it would require is one single bomb carrier to be hit, and that would be cut dead in its tracks. They leave it so late.
God
so
damn.
refined.
Rewind that. Yeah. Rewind it, whatever you can. Just watch that again. And that is a perfect example of what NaVi can do on Inferno. This ridiculous delaying, keeping the CTs on B. Two members, Nico and Dennis, were still on B because there was, to them, a 50% chance of them coming towards that site. A very, very smart play from NaVi. And they get away with 4 players still standing. Make it 3 as they do go on a little late hunt. Looks like Seized even manages to take an AK out of the hands of Dennis. But look at this. Look at the timeout, right? Now, 13 seconds. Here comes NaVi, and here comes Flamey with 2 crucial frags. 9 seconds left, and as the bomb goes down.
Yeah, fantastic stuff. Fantastic stuff there. So, NaVi, full controls so far on the T side. They've got 4 mollies in hand. And they are going to check, but Chris J's getting a little peek. Ooh, I think he heard the footsteps and immediately backed away. Hello. Dennis has got full-on aggression. I think that must have been the message from Chris J. It's like, they're all on mid, they're all on mid. So immediately they push on down, and they get the back man. Chris J, though, going to get a peek around. 4 of them pushing on towards him. Next is backing up into sight. Haven't been singing his praises too often. He was the man of the hour many times for mousesports, but as it stands, NaVi have full control. Edward and Flamey are doing some great work on A site.
Flamey has been an entry frag master, as 4 of his 5 frags have been onto the A site 5 seconds before the bomb goes down. He is the man that's getting the entrances into the site. Now, though, Dennis and Nico stand and...
This is a magnificent start from NaVi.
This is 6-0. Very, already. Very impressive.
This is a real worry for mousesports because, you know, CT side is the easier side, I say in quotes, but it really depends on the teams. But I mean, we saw it was 12-3, I think it was, coming out of NIP against NV. On the T side, it was an incredible T side, and we were blown away by that.
Oh, that's right, yeah,
we could be seeing something similar here, because mousesports obviously going to have, well, rifles again, but again, they're still somewhat lacking in utility when they get back into this next round. It's another round lost for them. Yeah, 3.4k cross on Nico, so it's going to be FAMASs popping in rather than M4s. And,
I mean, this is the new Mouse, right? This is Mouse where... But when we previously described mousesports, we'd say, Mouse, you've got an in-game leader like Godby. You have the insane plays of Chris J. You know, Chris J hits these stupid things you'd never expect anyone to hit with a scout, with a shotgun. It doesn't matter. Chris J is on form. And then the new name Nex came in, and everyone was saying that this Nex guy is insane. You look at his ratings in some games, in some tournaments, and he was like off the charts. Now you throw in an extra factor of Nico, who was, you know, we saw what he could do over at the Intel Extreme Masters when he was filling in for Freese. For SK. And so, I mean, the fact that you have Nex and Nico now and Chris J, these are all names that are just like terrifying.
They are now a really good team. They just need to gel, get something going, make it work, but it's not ticking in this map. Godby's the one that's called for a timeout, I believe. So mousesports do need to have a good discussion, clearly.
Yeah, and I think what they also have realized now was when you're sitting 6-0 is that NaVi's economy is not going to stop anytime soon. That like Ukrainian machine is up and running. Absolutely.
Look how many have survived. This is what the pan's showing us right now. Look, they've been untouched for so many rounds. They did get a lot of kills in that last round, but it doesn't matter because, look, 4, 5 man, 5 man, they had so many alive, and that's why we're seeing this 12k banks. They've bought everything already, and they're sitting on 12k. Everything is bought. They can't buy anything else. Well, they could. They could make it rain with orbs or something. Yeah, Zeus is. But, yeah, it is just working well for NaVi. this is a great performance by them. And after picking up a win on Cash, maybe the confidence is oozing from them right now. After taking down SK Gaming, they could be starting off with a 2-1 on day one. That'd be a very nice start for NaVi.
That would be lovely, especially considering it, you know, the discussion surrounding NaVi saying, will there be a change? I mean, this is all the speculation surrounding them after seeing them look rather kind of shaky as of late.
I would say for NaVi though, when you look at the league, you look at the teams in there, these are matches they should be winning. They have to win. Because if they want to make them top 4 positions, absolutely they need to be beating Mouse and SK. This is a team that finished 10th last season and a team that's newly promoted. So they should be winning these. Yeah. So let's not get carried away, but they're looking good tonight.
Yeah, I mean, NaVi are a team that are regarded top 4, top 5, if you were being mean, I mean, at this point. And they are demonstrating why exactly. Now look at this BXQ. The mollies are there, leaving Mouse very little room for maneuver. Will they expect an eco though? And he is going to try his best to catch one. It was actually Zeus who brought down to 25. Not enough though. But they've made a fair little dent. One man down and one man down to 25. Zeus is holding a good angle, but that's a perfect flash. Does manage to find cover, but I think Nex is going to catch a glimpse of him before he is clear. And we do find ourselves in a 3v3, made 3v2. Mouse have no right to win this, and now it's a 2v2, made 2v1. Good God, it's all onto Chris J. He knows where Flamey is. Flamey looking to redeem himself, and he just narrowly keeps NaVi in that one with 3 crucial frags. Now, mousesports, they couldn't do it with weapons, but good God, they got close with pistols. Yeah,
we were just singing their praises, saying how they've basically been surviving so many times throughout the rounds, and sure enough, it goes down to another one-on-one. But Flamey delivers again, and all across NaVi, they are being called into action, but it's a 7-0. It's a massive stack. Chris J, though, with the AWP. Let's see if he can get one of those booming shots down mid early on.
He's going to be going for that late peek with the pop flash. It's very common, and I don't think Guardian is going to be under too much threat. Now, perhaps looking towards the ult mid-peak. It was Edward who tried to challenge, and he has been put to bed, as that is the entry frag for Chris.
They needed that. They really did. They need to get some rounds under their belt here to even have a chance at bringing this game back to some sort of even score. Flame is the only man over in apartments. He's getting a little peek around Nex in quad. So standard defensive setup once again from Mouse. They've done this every single round so far. It's I wouldn't say it's worked well for them, but it's a standard defensive setup. It's just caught a glimpse. Oh, pulling the trigger a little too early there, maybe thinking and they were going to push on round, but instead they're just drawing the shots. Nex and Golby have struggled to hold out the position. I'm thinking back to the finals in Dubai. You saw Cajun B and Zipnix playing perfectly in that position, but now Nex, they're in a real tricky situation, but they managed to make it work. It does finally get traded.
That Molotov was perfect. So powerful. You saw what happened. One Molotov took him down to 24, but also forced both players out of position towards quad. Very, very effective use of that molly. And now, where does that leave NaVi? Challenging Chris J is what it does, and oh my lord, down to 1 HP. That smoke hits him, he's dead. It's actually a HE, excuse me, as that's all they needed. NaVi find another, and they are just looking untouchable now. 8-0, T-side Inferno, and where's Nex? 2 frags.
Where's mousesports right now? NaVi are wrecking them. 8-0. Everybody, apart from Zeus, I tell a lie, Edward's just gone below 5 figures, but everybody is doing a fantastic job for NaVi. And again, no AWP still used. Guardian still sticking with that AK, no reason to go for it, seems happy in that position. Mouse once again back on the pistols. This time Nico and Dennis trying to go aggressive and catch somebody out to pick up a rifle early, but unfortunately for them, Seized is in no mood to give up that rifle. Now does Dennis gets him down, but quickly takes a couple of shots in the behind. The money shot apparently, but instead he's not going to get that AK. And Flamey, he's not messing around here. It's coming straight in. Forrest Gump is what I'm referring to, not as opposed to your mind. Get your mind out to the gutter, Alex.
Good godly. Oh, I'm not even going to repeat it. Just okay.
The $1 million shot in the behind the buttocks.
Okay.
Forrest Gump.
I'm there now. I'm sorry.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Your mind just went to
elsewhere.
Wrong places. Yes, I know it did. As soon as I said it, I could see your face.
I was just doing it, like, trying to piece together what I had and hadn't heard. Either way. Okay.
9-0.
Whew, I'm back. I'm back in the room. mousesports still haven't picked up a round. We still haven't seen that 0 change. And at this point, it's kind of, you have to start wondering, I mean, what if? What if we see a perfect half? That would be
perfect T-side half.
That would be
embarrassing for Mouse.
No. I would just delete Mouse from the equation and just say that would be outstanding from NaVi.
Well, yes, you could say that, but I don't think Mouse would see it that way. They maybe want to delete themselves from the equation because, as it is, NaVi have just been unstoppable. This juggernaut.
This is different. Again, this is something else from the playbook. Look at this. Zeus has got his team into the app area without making a
triple stack from Mouse, though, as well. Look at that. 2 on quad. Is there one boosted on quad? I can't quite make it out. No, they're not even boosted. They're all just literally sat in quad. That molly that I just threw a moment ago would be perfect right now.
Well, all 5 members of NaVi are now about to push on in. The flash and the molly are going to be thrown out, so they do have a good idea of what's to come, and I wouldn't be surprised if they flick at switch and head over towards Nico and Dennis's domain.
So this is well read by NaVi because by Mouse rather, because NaVi I don't think they've pushed round Arch yet. They've gone quad almost every time. They're pushing straight in. They're going to go straight around. Godby gets the spray down. Next joins him, and it does work out perfectly. The triple for Next. They know the last man is going to be Guardian pushing around. They didn't know where he was, though. He's just going around the back. Gets himself a double. Switches out. He's going to get caught out finally by Chris J. For a moment, I thought he was going to go supersonic there, but mousesports do finally pick up the round.
The one time I say, could it be? I should have touched wood. I made a mistake. Damn it. We could have seen the 15-0, but no, mousesports, that is what they needed. That was what the doctor ordered, and I think I'm on par with you now, Lee. We're on par with nasty things that could be taken the wrong way. And Chris J is readying himself for that peak mid. He found it once, and that's only once through ult mid, but now NaVi have picked up the pace. They have turned up the heat.
I think Mouse have finally figured out they're getting hit from quad pretty much every single round, and they're like, you know what, we should probably try and defend this somehow, some way. Pit's not really been working out well. I'm surprised that Mouse haven't ever boosted yet. They've not once gone up on the top there, or to Tiny Balcony, as it was phrased, and we've still never really found a good name for it, but Chris J's keeping them at bay. And it's been lackluster, that A defense. That was the first time it's actually worked. First time the Next managed to get himself a spray down. And sure enough, they win the round.
So, where does that leave NaVi then? As the stack is most definitely real. The same 3 are hanging out towards A this time. But Chris J is going to be the first one challenged. And he does quite nicely and calmly take Flamey before Zeus is there to trade it out. And now it comes down to what Next can do. NaVi have actually managed to get themselves behind enemy lines. And they're going to come in from all angles. As they look at that, 4 members of NaVi from 4 different entrances into the site, especially when Seas gets himself towards that balcony peak through apps, and Edward is going to be the first to challenge. Expecting the second, this could be lovely, but no, fortunately, Godby there to hold Nex's hand, does get the trade-off, and we just go back and forth. It is most definitely a dance of the dead now here on the A site. Bomb going in, and Dennis and Nico are going to be the 2 remaining CTs to try and bring the A site back under control.
Wasn't the cleanest of executions from NaVi. You said they're coming from 4 directions, but they came one by one.
Yeah.
Which actually meant our observer managed to catch every single one of them as they came in. Oh, but Season's in a great spot there. They weren't looking towards Graveyard. He got himself tucked away nicely. And that was a lovely little spray down, making it 10-1. And again, mousesports economy will be broken because they just won that round back and a straight back to a loss.
Almost winning that round has actually cost them chances. Yeah, that's going to be tough.
Flamey P90, okay. All right. I mean, he's got 6k. You can see what he's thinking. He wants a lot of kills. He's going to rush straight in.
Yeah, I think he realizes where the money reset has come in, and of course he does. And he is going to be charging straight on in towards Nikos. Nikos been doing a kind of pretty damn good job of staying alive. Doesn't look like he's going to have to do it too long here as he's about to get hunted down or not. Finds 2, surely not a 3rd. It is going to happen. Flamey now sleeping with the fishes as finally they take him down, but Chris J's got one, and now all onto Guardian. Somehow, Mouse have found more success in rounds with pistols than they have with anything else. NaVi, when they throw caution to the wind, when they go for these kind of YOLO plays, it just doesn't work. That's not how NaVi functions.
It was perfect. It was perfect. They had 2 flashes. That was all they had, and they threw it at the perfect moment. Nico's like, they're all here, shouting it out.
How did he get that?
Gets tucked in, hides, prays. Nobody fired. When the flash went out, normally you just fire, just hope you get a random shot. Nobody fired. He just managed to pop out and get the little pistol spray down, but now it's all on Guardian. Chris J managed to rescue himself an AK. He's the only man sticking just in the corner. That smoke's going to make it pretty much a one-on-one unless Next pushes on through. Now, There's Tracer Fire come through. Guardian knows where he is, but Chris J will find him. And from an eco round, mousesports get themselves the second.
Look at this. This is the 3. So you said that they weren't firing. You can just see how white they were as well. Perfect communication.
Oh,
1, 2, 3 flags, and they were all flashed. The 3 he killed were the 3 that were fully white. And Chris J was happily there to pick up the pieces with the 4th frag as well. So Mouse, a little bit of synergy showing through this otherwise pretty diminishing defeat. That's a lot of Ds. Trying to get that one right. It's Chris J anticipating those fast flashes and nades towards middle. Not going to be greeted by any just yet. And again, no AWP in play for them. Mouse's economy truly is scraped together at this point.
Definitely a slowdown from NaVi. They don't want to get caught out a second time. Oh, as I say that, Seized with the boost does get taken down by Nico. Nico realizing he's boosted, there must be somebody else there. Tries to get a couple of shots on Guardian, but Guardian's nade will find him. And again, he waits, hopes that somebody's going to boost, but those little shots coming through. Causing them problems. Flamey and Edward are pushing through the top and mid, just trying to get a glimpse. Nobody in quad this time around though, so they will get delayed by that molly. The nade also just rattling around the corner. Chris J's got himself tucked in cubby. He's going to try and flash himself around that corner. That molly just about avoiding the damage there. Only just. Oh, Nico getting chased down. He will manage to catch on to Seuss as the rest push on through.
Oh, and he neatly caught Guardian as well. Got him down to 28 points of health as they are going to get to the site about the same time. This is good pacing, though, from the CTs. It's actually Dennis and Chris J have managed to get there pretty damn fast and make profit from it. Guardian now down, thanks to the hard work of Nico, trying to keep that site safe. They truly do trust the youngster as they are leaving B pretty much more often than not to him, and it's going to be another one for Godbeat. Next is there to wrap it all up, and Mouse find the 3rd. And NaVi, I think it's safe to say, avoid B. 2 of the 3 rounds they've lost were because of a B push, and I think it's time just to kind of say, let's do what works and keep doing this very kind of rubber banding between A and middle.
Yeah, keep on hitting that A site from quad. They were actually in and around quad as well. They just didn't manage to get the kills this time around, but 10-3, NaVi still very much in the lead. mousesports just trying to recover anything they can. Finally starting to get that economy going. But NaVi have been so strong that they've been able to buy back through this little deficit that they've had. And of course the round losses will start kicking in after this round anyway, so they should be able to just keep rebuying for the rest of the rounds. As it stands, they are going to slow it down a little. Chris J with a little flash to get a peek around there. I think he caught a glimpse of Guardian before going around. Did get a little clip on towards Edward, but Chris J took a bit more damage in the process. And it's back to default defenses for Mouse.
And it does look like NaVi are willing to give B another go. And again, Nico says, no, this is not the site for NaVi, it seems, as the newest addition to Mouse is really kind of demonstrating why he is the newest addition to Mouse, or at least to the main roster. He's been Mouse for a while now.
R.I.P. Spiddy.
Yeah, well, Spiddy go. I mean, I guess he's setting his sights on Penta at this point.
Maybe. I mean, he hasn't played tonight. I saw Penta's roster. They've had a couple of substitutes in there. Tarsin did.
I think he's actually a backup currently for Mouse.
Right.
Same position that.
Same that Nico held. Yeah,
exactly. So now Chris J does find one onto Edward. It could potentially be a second, but no. He has managed to get them low though. Dennis trying to connect through smoke, but instead does get himself to safety through library, anticipating a push from Guardian. It's beautiful, but he does manage to bring him low. But they're both solo. Next bullet wins, and it is going to be Dennis who comes out on top of that 1v1. And in the meantime, Steezy is punching in the digits on B.
Well, it's a 2-on-2. Flamey is going to get tracked by Nex here, and he will catch him in the back. So now it's a real tricky situation. That smoke right in front of Seized. He's just lurking in it.
He knows.
I think Nex... Oh, that actually hit him, I think. I'm pretty sure that dinked him, that flash. Just forces him back enough. Still pushing on through. Seized should catch him down. Now it's a 1-on-1, a tricky one, because the bomb is ticking fast. But Godby's already on the defuse. He's just got 2 seconds remaining. Seized's going to come around the corner.
Oh my God, he got it! He got it!
He manages to get the defuse down. And mousesports pick up the round. Oh, Seized is going to be kicking himself.
That flash as well, that one little stumble, the one little delay. Oh, okay, Seized. He was playing it so smartly. He realized Nico was going to get hungry for that. That smoke was a beautiful addition. And just outplayed by Godbeat and his defuse kit.
Incredible stuff. 10-4 though, NaVi still with those big 10 rounds on the T side. Can mousesports manage to rescue this one? 10-5 is a tricky turnaround, but it's possible if they get a good start going. But when Chris J gets pinned to the wall by Guardian, who finally has picked up an AWP, it could be a problem for Mouse.
Yeah. Paid a heavy price, though. He currently has an AWP bullet lodged in his thigh. 16 points of health remaining for him. And NaVi, I think they realize that frag on towards Chris J should be the start of an A push, and it most definitely is now. Nex is gone. Flamey does push out the smoke while blind. Not the most effective pushes. Look at this. Dennis and Gobby stating their dominance on towards A. The bomb's loose as well. Now Edward and Guardian clutching at straws with very little health remaining. It's going to be all on to Edward in this final round of our first half. And I think mousesports have managed to steady the ship to a fraction, as it's going to be 5-10. And NaVi going to be in the double digits, but mousesports managing to control some of the damage going into our second half.
Yeah, triple for Dennis there to close it out. So finally managing to work out well for them. And again, 10-5. It's still a damn good score for NaVi, no doubt about it. It was a great start from them. Of course, this isn't live. This is just them sorting themselves out. For some reason, they didn't go into the half thing. They're just waiting for the second half to kick off, which went straight into the next round. That's a little bit rough for them. But anyway, yes. NaVi, 10-0 start, finally. mousesports got themselves on there. Mouse did just about everything they could to rescue themselves in there, rescue something, but they're going to have to pick up the pistol. They're going to have to go on a tear.
Redeeming features. Notice how I'm not doing this. Redeeming features. We saw Nico on B. That is the one that we really need to remind ourselves, is that he managed to bring a whole lot of those rounds home with delaying, with P250 frags, with aggressive pushes down Banana. He was the one that managed to really be the kind of arrowhead into picking up those first 5 rounds. Now, though, we are into our pistol. You just stated how important it is for Mouse. And look at NaVi. They're looking to just charge on forward, catch them by surprise, and they will most definitely do that. 3 frags in 3 seconds, and Edward just keeps on fragging. Body bagging, and that's just last. That's just NaVi's pistol. They do that all the time on Inferno. Mouse had to have been expecting that one. It's such a standard play from NaVi, and now we'll probably see the disrespect play as well coming out. I expect to see them doing almost a similar thing, just running straight down there. But this time, they've got SMGs and rifles. Yeah, 3 SMGs. That's a rarity on the side of NaVi. They are a big advocate for the rifle by second round, whether it's FAMAS or M4. But no, they are going full balls to the wall, 2 UMPs and the MP9. And
they're coming again.
They're looking to do exactly the same thing again, this time down towards Banana and Mouse. I don't think they're quite ready for what's about to unfold.
Flamey and Zeus and Seized all coming straight around the corner. And they're getting picked off from the top, just running straight around there. They know where Nico is. They're about to get caught out. Flamey comes around and picks the last one up. Exactly. Standard NaVi style there. Mouse knew it was coming. There's just nothing they could do about it the second time around. Yeah, this is becoming a bit of an issue now for Mouse. Are they going to do it again? I reckon they might, because Mouse haven't picked up a kill in the last 2 rounds, I don't think. So I think they're probably just going to go straight down because they can't afford anything. Yeah, not a single kill. So they've got next to nothing, which I think NaVi are just going to do it again. I mean, why wouldn't you? At this point, they've got a good read on Mouse. They know they've slowed it down. No, they've slowed it down this time. They're a bit more respectful. You say that. I think what's going to happen is they're anticipating a Mouse push. At this point, 3 CTs readying themselves, and I think Mouse are actually going to be providing exactly what they asked for. As Guardian does catch a glimpse of one. Is that the sign of good things? He thinks so. That's a good HE. Ready to catch them with the UMP. Is looking for a fresh magazine to do just that. But in the meantime, Zeus has that angle held. Beautiful crossfire adapted by NaVi. And it's all onto Gobby, which is the P250 and a smoke to his name. Guardian ends him. And that's going to be 13-5 then the score, as NaVi are shredding through mousesports here in the Pro League. In the words of Gobby, Fack, that's just not gone very well for them at all. 13-5. It's just about the worst start they could have had to the T side. And look at NaVi. They're not even switching. They're sticking to the SMGs. That's just pretty rude now, because mousesports do have full head armor. So this could backfire on them, but Mouse are going to have to go incredibly well on the T side now. If this doesn't backfire, then this is going to be a horrible, horrible feat, because Mouse have to play Fnatic straight after this on this map. If you can't take rounds off NaVi, you can't take rounds off Fnatic. I'll tell you that much. Yeah. Could be a one-sided game. We'll see. We'll see. Ironically, it could turn away. I mean, you always have the, well, if Fnatic beat NaVi 16-2... Yeah, it doesn't work like that. It just doesn't work. It does not work like that. No, we'll find out, though, because that is coming up, as you say. But good bit of damage onto NaVi this time around from mousesports. As I said, those SMGs, could they turn around? Could they backfire? The AK is in the hands of Mouse. Does seem to put them in a good situation. Edwards all alone down in pit, just sticking around. Just trying to get around, but he manages to hold them up. Caesar's going to be pushing through Library. Edward's forced to back away, but look at this. He's in a perfect position. Gets a little spray down on Chris J, and he just gets dropped. And Edward is still alive. Next is all that's left, and that is a tremendous hold from Edward.
How on earth did NaVi get away with that? They get stuck with 3 SMGs. Fortunately, Edward with the M4 demonstrates why he is such an integral member of the Natus Finseer squad, and they're going to be picking up 14-5 then the score. And I think Nex has realised where this one's going. He's opting for the Julies. As, he's going to be trying.
Look at the kill spread. It's perfect for NaVi as well. Nobody's just like miles ahead of them. Everybody's picking up kills. This is just like a great team performance from NaVi. They have Mouse's number completely. Zeus almost decided to run down. Sure. Probably shouldn't do that. Backs up a little bit, but they're just going to push straight on aggressive, straight into Zeus's crossfire.
Yeah, so 1 man down, and this is going to put NaVi within touching distance of the 16 mark, as it looks like it's going to be too easy for Edward. Just the one, though, opting for the P250, isn't going to find much more success with that either, as it's going to come down to Zeus, who has been a little bit of a scary presence toward quad. This time he's backed up towards site, and Chris J is going to be the last man left. He should be able to at least get the AWP in his hands, as he does. He's picked up 2, does retrieve the AWP, and is on the way towards B. This is actually a possible win for Chris J. He has the resources available to him. He has himself some body armor. He's got himself an AWP. He even has a smoke if he needs it, and time to get the bomb down.
Oh, it's a tricky foot race, but we can see that it's stopped. It will kick on in a minute, don't worry. Trust me. There we go. It's going to carry on. Flamey did delay in Banana, so he hasn't rushed straight around there. Zeus is going to get a little peek around, but Flamey is waiting for Zeus to show. Chris J with the AWP. What can he do here? He's going to get flashed out, that's for sure.
Flamey is
caught Flamey at the same time. That's a good smoke for Flamey, though, to get a peek around there. And it's brought Zeus time also to push in. They know his position. They do find him. There's a pretty easy shot in the end for Flamey. As soon, you only really need to aim between the barrels and the pillar if you know he's just going to hide behind Nubox and show himself. 15-5. What a score from NaVi following their cash performance. It's going to be 2 wins. No doubt about it for NaVi. Not a lot mousesports can do about it at this rate.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. This is going to be the end for mousesports. And just as we highlighted as well, they're going to be going into their game against Fnatic on this same map with a little bit of a kind of shrugged shoulder, potentially, as this could very well be the end. NaVi going to be going for that aggressive push. Zeus was the one who considered pushing down mid again, but in the meantime, Guardian is casting his eyes towards the underpass area. Does hear the shot rattle off from Chris J towards ult mid. In the meantime, you can see he's just desperate for one of these 2 angles to pick. Finally, it's Godby who challenges him out and does prevail. Solid start for Mouse then as they try and claw this one back, try and stay afloat. It's not going to happen. The boot bomb's loose. Why was Chris J so aggressive with the bomb? Fortunately, Nico is there to trade one out, but now the numbers favor NaVi.
That was, I mean, to be fair, that was Edward that went full-on aggressive. You don't ordinarily get the guy from quad just come around and just peek straight at you, but instead, Flamey comes to collect the pieces. Seized is with him. It's going to be a spray down. Dennis is the last man standing. Seized will find him, and it is a 16-5 dominant score coming out of NaVi there. So 2 wins tonight for NaVi. Fantastic stuff from them. Starting off exactly as they planned. It does put them top of the league this early
wow. Top of the league for NaVi. 3 games in to our 2nd season. But yeah, you're right. We'll see if that means anything. You're right. Yep, we'll see. We'll see. So that one concludes, and we see a real good form for them on Inferno. I want to watch that like those first 10 rounds back, because they were really giving Mouse no room to maneuver whatsoever. It was very smart calling from Zeus, because we saw this constant, like, okay, we're going to stay at B for the longest time on T side before that eventual push on towards A. Really fun to watch.
We'll also get to see like whether it was NaVi in top form or whether mousesports were struggling,
so this
because they're going to be playing for Fnatic. It's like a little
litmus test.
There we go.
We are scientists now. Yeah. Anyways, so we're going to keep our eyes on the prize. It's going to be Fnatic up against NaVi. mousesports now, so we're going to be going into that one after this.